There are more than 600,000 bridges in the U.S., and almost 60,000 of them need work. The concrete used to make many American bridges is cheap and strong, but over time it can crack and crumble, and it needs to be patched to keep the bridge standing. An engineering professor has developed a bendable concrete. It's about 3 times the cost of regular concrete, but he says builders can use less of it and maintain it less often.
68,000 vehicles cross the Arlington Memorial Bridge between D.C. and Virginia every day. This is what drivers don't see.
It's just eroding and the concrete is falling off.
We have to wear masks and gloves inside of the bridge because this paint is all lead paint. Now this beam is helping to support the bridge, and if you take a look, it is badly corroded, and you see how thin that steel is. You see holes in the steel.
The original support beams from 1932 have never been replaced.
We're like a third world country when it comes to infrastructure.
Federal government spending on infrastructure has declined 9% from 2003 to 2014. Every state has some degree of bad bridges that need to be repaired. From Los Angeles, where trees are growing out of cracks in this bridge, to Chicago, where netting is in place to protect drivers from falling concrete.
The reason we have 57,000 deficient bridges is because we have not made the investment as a national government.
Former Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood blames Congress for failing to raise the gas tax in 23 years, which funds projects like bridges and roads.
Have you been against raising the tax because it's just bad politics?
First of all, the economy hasn't been great. Raising the gas tax doesn't solve the long-term funding problem.
As Congress tries to figure out this long-term solution, bridges are crumbling. So what do we do right now?
Well, our bill, the FAST Act, which we passed in December, the President signed into law, we put more dollars into focusing on the critical infrastructure.
His Republican colleague disagrees.
It's funded for 5 years, but we use 10 years worth of gimmicks to pay for it. These are the kind of things that don't make sense.
Anthony Fox is the current head of the Department of Transportation.
But isn't everyone guilty? I mean, when Democrats were in control of Congress, this situation was what it is today as well.
I think every year we go by, the challenge gets that much greater. And that's why we don't have another moment to waste.
Researchers at the University of Michigan believe they may have a solution, a bendable concrete that can heal itself from cracks.
How about if we set our targets towards creating infrastructures that will last 100 years?
Regular concrete can fail quickly and suddenly. But Professor Victor Lee says the bendable concrete can withstand a force hundreds of times more powerful. The sped-up video shows how it responds to pressure. Cracks heal themselves with the help of air and water. The technology lines portions of this bridge in Michigan. The hope is it could help already crumbling bridges like the Memorial Bridge near the nation's capital.